పెద్దలందరికీ నమస్కారం. On behalf of CRR Engineering Alumni Association, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be in front of you this evening. నా పేరు RamanaAtluri. Greetings to all the student friends who gathered here to welcome the fresh batch of engineering students who are going to walk through this campus for the next 4 years. Those of you who just entered this wonderful family of CRR Engineering College, please look around you and see hundreds of seniors, wonderful staff, and even more wonderful faculty that you will be bonding with the years to come. At the same time, please also remember that you are part of a much larger family that is CRR Engineering Alumni Association with thousands of students just like you with the same roots that passed through the same campus over the last 15 years. They are all over the world, holding many different positions, ready to be holding your hands, taking you to the destinations that where you want to be and the dreams that you want to achieve. This evening, I would like to share with you some very interesting facts about India's economy that I never knew before, and a golden opportunity that is right in front of you. When I was in business school, I had the opportunity to study the Millennial Economics document published by Engg. Madison. He is an economist at Cambridge University. Instead of looking at the economies of countries at a century viewpoint, he looked at it from a millennial viewpoint, 1,000 years at a time. The very interesting fact is, up until 1,000 years AD, for 3 millenniums, 2/3 of the world's GDP came from India and China. And India has been the world's largest economy from year 1 through 1700s AD. And just before British entered India, India's economy was still 24% of the world's GDP, even after several hundreds of years of Mughal rule. It was still rich. Up until 1500s, everybody around the world was trying to find India. It's ironic that when Vasco da Gama came in 1497, just before 1500s, with 4 ships, his trip was an economic failure. He brought in 4 shiploads of Western clothing and the Western goods to sell to India. Unfortunately, not many takers. Indians were making much better clothing, much better jewelry, and much better luxury items at that time. And it took British couple hundred years to find India since then. And when British came, their GDP was just a fraction of India's. And by the time they left, India's GDP as a share of world's GDP went from 24% of the world's GDP to a mere 4% of the world's GDP. And most of us growing up only know the history for the last 500 years, or maybe up to Mughals. But we never knew the economic importance of India and China. If you do a graph that is zoomed out at 1,000-year metric, the recent downturn in China and India's economic dips, or a very small dips, and many people are surprised that India and China are picking up to be superpowers. If anybody looks at economic histories, it is not a surprise. And there is one more thing that I want to share with you today, that any time before, now world is a much, much, much smaller village. All the countries are much more connected now with the technology than there have ever been before. And the simple formula for GDP is the number of producing people in the country multiplied by the amount that they produce. And if you look around, Europe is aging. By 2020, their average age is going to be 49. There is a lot of skilled workers that are aging and retiring, and they don't have as many coming into that workforce. And China and US, the average age is expected to be 37% by 2020. But unfortunately for China, with the single child rule, by 2015, the workforce that is entering into the China's economy is going to be much smaller than the older population that is retiring. So there is going to be more people in China depending on the people that are producing. And there is going to be a shortfall of the workforce in their economy, which is quite surprising, not what they expected. But if you look at India, by 2020, 64% of India's population is going to be between 15 to 64 years of age. Only 13% of its population is going to be the retired age, 60 plus. So there is a large number of people working compared to the number of people who are retired and depending. And another interesting fact is by 2020, 28.8%, almost 30% of the world's workforce is going to be in India. And that golden era is just about to start. And my dear friends, those of you who are just entering the engineering college now, I want to let you know you're also entering that golden era. Get ready for it. 15 years ago, I'm in the same shoes as you are entering this college. And it was 1989 and we were the first batch. It feels like yesterday. I still remember those days. It is a mixed feeling. It's a wonderful feeling that you have the freedom. But at the same time, most of you may have left the family that you grew up with. your parents, and your siblings. And on the other hand, you're also exposed to so many different personalities of people that came from so many different walks of life. So it takes some time to get used to it. But one thing is for sure, that the next 4 years are going to be the best 4 years in your life. You're going to meet some of the best friends for your life, and you're also going to take some of the best experiences in your life with you when you start your life after the college. I was not the best student in my class, so I can't tell you to study hard and be at the top of your class. But I definitely want to share with you my experience at the college. I was not studious, and I lost focus until I was in the third year. I was just preparing for the exams maybe a month before the exams ought to be taken. I still get dreams, believe it or not, nightmares that the exams are about to start and I haven't read a thing. And how do I get through them? And I even failed one of the exams that my family still does not know. But in the third year, I made up my mind of what I wanted to do after my 4 year degree. I wanted to go to US and study MS. The problem was there was no one at my college that had done that before. Ours was the first batch. And I came from Telugu medium, not a master of English. So I reached out to the friends and family who are outside of the college, got all the guidance and help that I could, and took the exams, and I finally made it to University of Texas. After a failed attempt of visa, the second time around, I made it to US with the President's Scholarship. And with that experience, I want to tell you that it is very, very important to have fun. This age will not come again. There is no doubt about it. But I want to tell you that it is also very important to have some focus on your future. I hope you will get that a little sooner than I did and start working towards it. And for your generation, fortunately, there are so many things are available to you that were not to us. You have state-of-the-art library that is accessible to you. And you have the internet that can connect you with the same course material that is available for MITs and Harvards of the world. And most importantly, you have access to thousands of your seniors who have walked through this campus and who are in different walks of lives that can guide you, that can help you identify your focus, that can help you show the resources that you need to get to where you wanted to get to make your dreams come true. So, to all of you the new batch of students as well as the existing batch of students. Please reach out to CRR Engineering Alumni Association for any guidance and help that you would need at any time. We are here to help you. And once again, on behalf of CRR Engineering Alumni Association, I would like to thank everyone for giving us the opportunity to be in front of you. It is always a pleasure and joy to be part of this wonderful family, and we are all looking forward to working with all of you here. And everyone, work hard and don't forget to play hard. Enjoy the evening.